All right, let's dive right in. Today we're kicking off our journey into one of the most profound spiritual texts ever written, the Bhagavad Gita. Now you might think a spiritual classic would start somewhere quiet, like a monastery, right? Well, nope. This one starts on the brink of a massive, world-shattering war.
And those are literally the opening words. It just throws you right into this epic scene. Imagine it, a holy battlefield, two gigantic armies staring each other down, just buzzing with anticipation, ready to fight to the death. You can just feel the tension in the air. The stakes? They are absolutely as high as they can get.
So this brings us to the big puzzle of this first chapter. What on earth could make a legendary hero, the best of the best, completely fall apart and lay down his weapons at the most critical moment of his entire life? That's the huge question we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to understand where all this is happening. Because this isn't just some random field. Oh no, this is a place where a fundamental question about right and wrong is about to be settled, with swords and arrows.
The battlefield is called Kurukshetra, which basically means the field of righteousness. And that name is a huge clue, isn't it? It tells us this war is seen as a major test of dharma, or moral duty. And here's the real kicker, the truly tragic part. It's a civil war. Pretty much everyone on that field is family. So who exactly is fighting who? Let's do a quick breakdown of the two sides of this very divided family. At its heart, this whole conflict is between two sets of cousins, all fighting for control of a kingdom.
Okay, so in one corner, you've got the Pandavas. They're the five brothers, kind of the heroes of the story, who are considered the rightful rulers. And in the other corner, they're 100 cousins, the Kauravas. They're led by this incredibly ambitious guy named Duryodhana, and they're the ones who have unjustly taken over the throne.
And if that wasn't messy enough, get this. Our hero, Arjuna, who is, by the way, the greatest archer on the planet, has to face his own grandfather, Bhishma, and his beloved teacher, Drona. These are the very men who taught him everything he knows. And driving his chariot, his guide through all this, is his friend Krishna, who, as we're about to find out, is a lot more than just a charioteer.
So the action really kicks off with one simple but totally fateful request. Right before the battle is supposed to begin, Arjuna wants a better look at the army he's about to face.
He confidently asks Krishna, hey, drive me out into that no man's land between the armies. I want to see these guys who are so eager for a fight. See, at this point, he's a warrior. He's ready. He's psyched to fight for his cause. He has absolutely no idea this one simple act is about to change everything.
So Krishna does it. He places the chariot right in the middle of the field. And that's when the reality of the situation hits Arjuna with the force of a physical blow.
He looks to one side and sees his brothers. He looks to the other side, and he doesn't see an army of faceless enemies. He sees the faces of people he has loved and respected his entire life. Grandfathers, teachers, uncles, cousins. All of a sudden, the abstract idea of war becomes this horrific, personal reality.
And we're not just talking about him feeling sad. This is a complete physical and psychological collapse. His body literally gives out on him. His legendary bow, Gandiva, which is like an extension of his own arm, just slips from his grasp. The world's greatest warrior can no longer even stand.
But here's what's so fascinating. Arjuna's despair doesn't just stay an emotional breakdown. It quickly sharpens into this powerful, logical argument against the war. He lays out 5 distinct reasons why this fight is fundamentally wrong.
First, he argues from compassion. How can I kill my own family? It's a huge sin. Second, futility. What's the point? What joy could possibly come from a kingdom won over the bodies of your loved ones? Third, he calls it out as a sinful reaction, basically saying the only reason for this is pure greed. But his last 2 points are the most profound. He's terrified that killing the elders will destroy the family's traditions and cause their entire society to collapse.
And this brings us to a really key concept, Kula Dharma. Now, this isn't just about family traditions like holiday dinners. It's much deeper. It refers to the sacred, time-honored duties and rituals that are believed to hold a family and all of society together in a kind of cosmic balance. So for Arjuna, destroying the elders means destroying this entire sacred order.
Just as Arjuna says here, he believes the war won't just kill people. It's going to kill their culture, their morality, their connection to everything sacred. The result won't be victory, but just total societal chaos.
And so, we get to the end of the first chapter and the question that starts everything. Arjuna has made his case. He is utterly convinced that to fight would be the greatest sin imaginable.
This is the final image we're left with. The hero, completely defeated, not by an enemy's arrow, but by his own heart and mind. He puts down his weapons, and he just surrenders. And it's this moment of total despair that opens the door for all the profound teachings that are about to follow.
And that leaves us with a question that really kicks off the entire Gita, a question that's just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. When everything you feel in your heart tells you to do one thing, but your sense of duty seems to demand the complete opposite, what's the right path? Which do you follow? This is the dilemma Arjuna lays at Krishna's feet, and the search for its answer is what the rest of the Gita is all about.